My name is Beatrice Muriu, and I really feel honored to be here because Shared Moments with Justus is a family to me. My story has been highlighted here. My first encounter with Justus was in 2010 when I was still a teenager at Langata Women's Prison. I had just delivered my son, and I was in there for a capital offense that I was charged with murder. And I can say it was not the best thing to be there. It is not the best thing to hear when you know that somebody lost his life and the death is directly associated with you. The stigma I face up to date. And that's why I really highly advocate for proper integration of ex-offenders, because that is what really gets into our nerves. So I went there, so many things happened, and I thank God that on the 9th of November, 2011, I was set free. After spending 3.5 years in remand, my case was dismissed and I was found not guilty. I went back home, and I can tell you that getting back home was just great by itself, regaining my freedom. But when I went back home, my parents had nothing. All their resources had been used up in paying my legal fees. So I was there. Now I'm 20 years old. My son is 3 years. I don't know where to begin. I don't have an ID. I don't have anything. So I sat down and I realized, yes, I need to do something. And the only thing that I decided to do was go back to school. And at 20 years, that is in the year 2012, I went back to Form 2 at Nyakebi Girls High School. And that is where I was. The bullying became too much because when I was there, before I even got there, the principal told everybody that I'm a mother and I'm an ex-offender. So the students knew watu mnajua teenagers wakuwa pamoja, si ndio? Yes. The bullying was just of another level. So I left there and I became a private candidate. I did my KCSE as a private candidate and I scored a B. I was admitted at Kenyatta University. I did my B.Ed. Na hiyo B.Ed nimeifanya kama mtoto wa engineering. Imekaa. I had to differ so many times because of lack of finances. My mom became sick. My dad was also very sick. So the finances zilikuwa sana zinaenda towards that end. So early this year I was about to do my final exam, but I also didn't have funds. Luckily, I had shared now my story after we reconnected with Justus. We met again in town. Hiyo time tulikuwa tunapatana in town, hakuna mtu alikuwa anajua mwingine. Tulikuwa tunapitana tu. Tunatafutana. Nobody could recognize the other. So after I shared my story at Shared Moments with Justus, everything changed. I can tell you that I would echo the words of my namesake there, Beatrice. The world connected to me. When I was just at a verge of giving up, I didn't have the funds to pay for my final exam. I didn't have the money to pay the university arrears. People came, and I can tell you, I had arrears almost to 86,000. It was cleared by people that I have not even seen today. They came through for me after I shared my story there. A certain Kenyan living in the UK by the name Ben Chege, he paid for my exam fees and a lot of support thereafter. And afterwards, I still had someone give me a job at his company where I was writing magazines for him. And it was there that during that time I was going to the field, trying to collect those stories, putting them together. I bumped into a certain lady. She gave me her story. It was so inspiring, and I just opened up to her. And luckily, she connected me to some people, and I landed a scholarship and I'm now going to join St. Paul's University for my master's. On top of that, where I was living, the lady had seen my story, and my caretaker where I was living. And I remember one day, she called me, and she asked about my son, because the son that I gave birth in prison, today, he's my height, and I'm actually praying that he gets a little bit taller, aache kuvaa viatu zangu. He's now my height, and he's my happiness. He's 13 years today, a KCP candidate, and just last year, and this year bad when still in class 7, he got a scholarship to one of good international schools. It is called the Edinburgh Schools in Moranga. Just like that, he got a slot there. He's performing so well. I looked at him just yesterday. I was taking a walk with them. My sons, we were walking. I looked at them like this, and I felt like, yes, truly God changes everything. And even I remember, even after losing my parents, there was a time I called Justus. We had not even done my story. I was about to face eviction where I was living. I called Justus. Hey, Justus, this is happening to me. Can you kindly come and just help me out? Justus, thank you. He paid my house rent and the arrears that were there. My story inspires those people that feel that you feel like it is the end. There is never the right time to start afresh. I was about to give up and say that enough is enough, but I still held on, and I said that even at 20 years, I'm going behind, sit in a class with kids born 8 years after me, where I would just sit there, just forget everything, and we learn. I started there. I had to stay strong for myself and for my son, and I did. So you, wherever you are, and you feel like it is the end, just remember that it is never too late to start afresh. There is always a new beginning, and it all depends with where you want to pick it from. Whether you want to continue with your heart or you want to continue with something different. And my appeal to people out there, when you see an ex-offender somewhere, kindly help them reintegrate. You might know someone who is in prison directly or indirectly related to you. Support them whenever you can. Be there for them, because being in prison is one thing. Living and coming out here, it's another thing. Because when you're coming out here, people already have a personality. They already have something, a perception about you. They already know that you're a bad person. You are labeled a sinner. People don't want to be associated with you. However, as I wind up, God bless you, Justus, with your family. Whatever you've done, it's just something on its own. And I believe this is just but the beginning. More to come. I'm waiting for that. More to come. And my dear sisters and brothers from Shared Moments, congratulations in your own capacities. Shedding your nakedness, allowing people to see your heart, sharing those stories that we share. Someone standing here and saying that all those things that we talk about, sexual abuse, family things, other things which are maybe like you feel like you should not have spoken, but all together you gather yourself up and speak about it. It is the first sign that you are a healed person. Again, thank you for being a beacon of hope to somebody there out. I know there are so many people who identify with you. And for those trolls, my friends, wachaneni na wao. At times, it is just admiration that comes in the wrong way. Yes, it is admiration that comes out in the wrong way. because they feel like this person, hapana hafai kuwa like that. They admire you, they admire your strength, and that's why they come back attacking you, trying to shake you, but handle them as they come. Okay? Don't give them space. When they come that way, just give them space. At times, but always know that there are battles to fight, and others to retreat, and others just to surrender. God bless you. God bless everybody. God bless shared moments.